Hello everybody. It is Saturday, the 18th of May, and I want to talk about and I want to show you that the teachings of the Christian church is Antichrist. I want to show you this here. I want to start with, again, I've been on the Inspired channel and they're still annoying the hell out of me. And it is that proposal that for the individual to know the Creator, that we, the individual, should expand into the knowledge of the Creator. And then they're telling you that, we are so spiritual and we have looked at this and we have spiritual knowledge. Well, if you have looked at this, how have you missed the fundamental point that all spiritual teachings agree on? And that is that the all cannot be known by the individual. It cannot know all. I mean, whether the ancient teachings call the all the field, whether they call it Brahman or Ein Sof or the all or the Creator or whatever, it is the unfathomable one, the inconceivable one, the unknowable one. It cannot be attained. They all agree on that. The Hermetics will tell you, for the individual to attempt to know the all will first of all make you unfit for life, and then it will lead to insanity, inevitably. The teachings of Vedanta will tell you, once you become nothing, because that's what you do, you make yourself into nothing. Once you become nothing, you know nothing. So, I mean, where are you leading people? Where are you leading this world? Into insanity? I mean, the world is going there. Lead on. It would appear people are good and ready to follow. But that's where you're going. There is another way. And that way is actually in the New Testament. And that is the knowledge of I am. I am, and I create what I create. I am that I am, and I create that I create. And that is not doing away with self, but being self. Accepting self first of all, and then being that, and then expanding from that point, shifting consciousness, expanding consciousness from that point. That way you will not fry, because you yourself have caused a restriction in the light of all by being I am. And that way you will not get more than you can handle, because you have caused that restriction. Where it says God will not give you more than you can handle. The all will not give you more than you can handle, because you have caused the restriction by being I am. And that is the Christ within you. That's the point from which you expand. And then it seemingly looks like you're going into other worlds or entering into other worlds. You don't. You're still here. The world around you does not change. You're looking at a handbag now, you still be looking at a handbag from a different level. The handbag itself has not changed. So that is what we must understand. We must understand what is happening. The world is not changing. You're not entering into another world. You're just seeing it differently, from a different perspective. And you're still only seeing what you saw before. So there's a restriction in the light, in the knowledge. So then we are at the point where one person knows according to themselves. Now what the church, and that is the way in the New Testament where Jesus says continuously, love each other, don't judge each other, continuously give of your knowledge to each other. So that is how you increase the knowledge of all, by everybody giving their own personal knowledge to everybody else. And there are things that you know out of your own personal perspective that another person cannot know because they're looking from a different point. But by giving of the knowledge to each other, by sharing, you increase the knowledge of all. And that is, again, a specific way of increasing spiritual knowledge, the way of the I Am, the way of Christ, the Christ. Now what the church is proposing is that the Christ that was within Jesus, so the knowledge of I Am that was within Jesus, and he had a Christ like everybody else has got a Christ, that was the only true Christ, that there is only one. So we all must become like Jesus in order to see things his way, and then we all go to the same kingdom. Right. And that is as idiotic as it gets. I mean, you can't get any more insane. Let me show you what that would look like in this reality. If you take that thought from the spiritual, from the heavens to earth, and see what that would look like in this reality, because it will create a reality. Yeah? Right. For example, if you want to build a house, yeah, you get a bricklayer, you get a roofer, you get somebody that puts in windows, you get an electrician to put in the electrics, you get a plumber to put in the plumbing. Yeah? They have all individual knowledges that come together to build a house. Yeah? Chances are not one of them knows it all. Yeah? But they all bring of their knowledge to serve an intention, and that intention is to build a house. Now there are other knowledges in this world, like the doctor, the rocket scientist, the farmer. Their knowledge is also true, yeah? And you don't get together and say, well, we are the ones that know how to build a house and we are the only true knowledge. Yeah? Because you need the farmer and you need the doctor and you need the others. You won't bring them in to build a house because their knowledge won't serve at that moment. It doesn't mean it's not true, and it doesn't serve someone. It does. And you do not elevate the house builders to say, we are the only ones with the true knowledge. We can build houses and all the rest of them must serve us. Like the farmer and the doctor and everybody, they must serve us because we are the elevated ones. We know how to build houses. That's stupid too. Everything serves a purpose. Knowledge has come together and they build something. Now what the church is proposing, yeah, that there is only one true Christ and we all must be like that, then we all become plumbers. Every one of us. And we do away with every other knowledge. We reject it as being false. The only true enlightened knowledge is the knowledge of the plumber. And we all must be that. And can you see how idiotic that is? That thought. But it will lead to something. It will lead to the destruction of knowledge. And that is what they're doing. When you do away with the individual Christ, with the individual I Am, and we all become the same, and that is Antichrist. It is the destruction of everybody's Christ. So we all become the one. So, but they want to destroy knowledge because they want to rule over. So the individual knowledge and the knowledge of humanity as a whole has to be destroyed. Yeah, you have to tear down what is there. And once we have no more knowledge, they will come and save us, and they will build a world for us. And we can live in the world that has been given to us by the mighty God and his knowledge, of which he will give freely. Yeah? Thank you very much. So they tear you down first, and then they give to you. And then you're completely dependent on their knowledge because you have none of your own. So both ways, the ways of becoming the one Christ and the way of the expansion of the individual into the all, which also leads to the point of no knowledge. So I think they are working both. They are wings of the same bird. And the outcome in both cases is the same. It will lead to the destruction of knowledge. And then we can be ruled over. So to me, the way of the individual Christ and the sharing of knowledge is the way we should go. And that is what we naturally are. We are individual Christs. Yeah? We naturally have the desire to connect to one another. We want to create. We are creative beings. So we just need to use what we naturally are in the best way. And that, to me, is the best way. Now, let me see the last thing, and that is I'm being accused of that I'm not speaking from experience. And that is absolutely true. I'm not. I have not tried to enter into those other states of consciousness. Yeah? And I've said time and again, I'm not doing it because I am not ready. Something was holding me back. And what I'm seeing right now, that there are at least 3 different ways. And at least 2 of them will lead into destruction. Then I think I was right not to gain experience before I know what I was doing, and not going there before I even choose a path. How do you want to go there? And as I said, there are clearly different paths. Do away with self, expand into the all and fry. Deny yourself, the way of the cross. And then we all become the same, because there is only one true Christ, only one true knowledge. Or acceptance of self, the personal individual Christ. And then I am. And then connecting with others to a purpose that will hopefully serve all of humanity. Yeah? I think I was right to hold back, because I was aware of none of this. And I would have just stumbled and blindly followed one way or another, and it would have created an outcome. And I may well have ended up where I didn't want to be, not knowing what I was doing. So if we contemplate these things before we actually start and do something, I think, again, that is the correct way. Think about it first. You have the knowledge, the ancient knowledges. I mean, see what they are actually saying. And then choose your path, and then go. I mean, I've chosen a path and still don't know how to do it. That's the next step. But no, yeah, no, accuse me of not speaking from experience. I think I was probably right to be cautious. Anyway, here, I leave it at that for today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.